Hi, this is Rosie and welcome to my studio. Today I'd like to show you how to add a grid to the Holtz stamp platform. So let's get started. One of the things that I wish I had on the Holtz stamping platform is a grid on the base. So I've come up with a solution for that and I'm going to demonstrate to you now what I've done. So the first thing I did, I went on the internet and I searched for free downloadable gridded paper. And I found some at waterproof.com. If you go on their website, all the way on the right side, there's a tab for printables. And they're free. You click on there, just follow the links to where the gridded paper is, and you can download it and print it. So the next thing I did is I got a hold of some heat-resistant acetate, because what I want to do is I want to take that printable and copy it onto some acetate paper. This one here is heat resistant. It says that you can die cut and heat emboss with it. So I thought that would be a good choice. So after I downloaded the printable and printed it, I took the acetate over to my laser printer. And I put in a piece of acetate and I made a copy of the printable. And this is the result after I made the copy. So now it's on the acetate. I printed out 2 copies because this area is not quite big enough to fit on the base. The base is 8.5 by 8.5 inches, and I'm going to piece 2 together. Now I've trimmed out 2 pieces of the acetate, and I am going to adhere them to the base of the platform with some score tape. The important thing that you need to remember now is make sure that the actual printed side of the acetate is down, face down to the platform. Because obviously if you go and wipe the acetate later because you're trying to remove ink, you might be removing your lines that were created by the laser printer. So face down, make sure. I have score tape around the perimeter of both of the pieces. So my next step will be to adhere it to the platform. Now when I do that, just I'll put in one, and then when I put in the second piece, I'm going to butt them together. There's no overlapping, and when I do, I'll just make sure that everything is lined up nicely. I'm about to adhere this to the platform, and I want to give you one tip. I'm not taking all the release paper off at one time. I'm just peeling back a little section of it because I want to make sure that I line this up the way I want it first. And then once I have it down, then I will peel this off, hold it in place. And there you go. Now I'll take the rest of the pieces off and adhere the rest of it down, and I'll add the second piece on. So here's the final result. And as you can see, it's all covered now with the gridded plastic. I used the score tape all around, and you can barely see it through the plastic. The printed side from the printer is face down, so now if I wipe, I'm not going to be erasing my gridded lines. So let's just give it a little test run. Put in a piece of paper. And I will purposely run this off the edge so we can see what happens with the ink, whether or not it cleans up. And I'll just take a little baby wipe and wipe that ink right off of there. So there you have it. Works pretty well.